What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Clint, and this is 31 Days in the Book of Proverbs. How y'all doing out there? We have made it to Proverbs chapter 23, and this is the 23rd day in this 31 days. So, what's really relevant to me as I've been going through and studying this chapter, and I really did not like how closely to home it hit, especially since, I've always held the number 23 near and dear to my heart because I was born on the 23rd, so I just had a birthday, and there's 23 letters in my name, which is actually pretty surprising because somebody showed that to me. So the number 23 has always been kind of near and dear to my heart, but after reading this chapter, there's so many relevant lessons that I feel like God really taught me throughout my life, and maybe I'll share a little bit of a testimony time at the end to get into it. But if you want to just read along with me, we'll just go ahead and dive right in. Here we are, Proverbs chapter 23. I'll be in the ESV if you want to follow along. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, observe carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. Do not toil to acquire wealth. Be discerning enough to desist. When your eyes light on it, it is gone. For suddenly, when it sprouts wings, flying like an eagle toward heaven, do not eat the bread of the man who is stingy. Do not desire his delicacies, for he is like one who is inwardly calculating. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the morsels that you have eaten, and waste your pleasant words. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the good sense of your words. Do not move an ancient landmark, or enter the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is strong. He will plead their cause against you. Apply your heart to instruction, and your ear to words of knowledge. Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you strike him with a rod, he will not die. If you strike him with the rod, you will save his soul from Sheol. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart too will be glad. My innermost being will exult when your lips speak what is right. Let not your heart envy sinners, but continue in the fear of the Lord all the day. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Hear, my son, and be wise, and direct your heart in the way. Be not among drunkards or among gluttons, eaters of meat, for the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and slumber will clothe them with rags. Listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy truth, and do not sell it. Buy wisdom, instruction, and understanding. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice. He who fathers a wise son will be glad in him. Let your father and mother be glad. Let her who bore you rejoice. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes observe my ways. For a prostitute is a deep pit, an adulteress is a narrow well. She lies in wait like a robber, and increases the traitors among mankind. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has strife? Who has complaining? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? Those who tarry long over wine, those who go to try mixed wine. Do not look at wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup and goes down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a serpent and stings like an adder. Your eyes will see strange things, and your heart utter perverse things. You will be like one who lies down in the midst of the sea, like one who lies on the top of a mast. They struck me, you will say, but I was not hurt. They beat me, but I did not feel it. When shall I awake? I must have another drink. That's Proverbs chapter 23. Wow, that is deep. Simple truths that really hit home. And what really hits home for me is, like, recently I've just been thinking, like, this was written, obviously by God for us, but it was written through King Solomon, who was the wisest, smartest, but also richest man alive. So if he's speaking on these things, such as prostitutes bringing you down in a deep, and also the effects of alcohol way back in the day, like the sparkling wine and drinking long. I mean, somebody like that who was, had great, immense power, or else great, wisdom and great, just wealth, still is offering these wise words. Obviously God's using them, but he's offering these wise words that he obviously experienced. And God's really making a point, because time and time again, these things just keep coming up. If God's saying to us, watch out for alcohol, watch out for slutty women, that's some wise words. And I would say that if you think about it, and I don't know if I really think about it like this, but let me just go ahead and say, after I studied this, and, I was reading out of different translations, but it really talked about, the alcohol, the wine, the drunkard. It's even talking about, it's like, who has strife? Woe to this person who has redness of eyes. It's like these people that wake up early to drink. And if you haven't been there before, but I've recently learned that, if you've ever drank to the point of like blackout stages and you don't remember what you did the night before, and you just kind of like laugh it off and think it's crazy, well, take it from me, that is a very scary place to be, because I've been there and I used to go there, having fun times, not caring about, I just enjoyed the fact that it made me feel good. But they say that basically that's like the demonic. It's opening up yourself to the demonic to come in and take over you. You basically lose consciousness. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And at this point, if you've taken the alcohol to the point where you can't even control yourself, you're basically opening yourself up to demonic possession, and the devil has his way with you. That's why you wake up, you don't know what you said. And it's like, this even says it, your eyes will see strange things and your heart will utter perverse things. You'll be like the one down in the midst of the sea. This is definitely a fair warning to drunkards. This is definitely reminding us that do not be drunk. Do not be drunk on wine. I mean, sure, it says you can have a sip, but do not be drunk. I don't know how long it takes you to get drunk, but I would advise you to just personally just give it up. I mean, I had to, and I got no problems with it. I think life's a whole lot better when you don't drink. I mean, you can have all kinds of fun, without it. So just be wise. And I really enjoyed this Proverbs chapter 23. Please leave a like and subscribe if you made it this far. Check out some other videos, and I shall see you guys all in another one. Bye for now.